days has been about gas prices. Of course, dude. Of course they're going to be about gas prices. A great way to fucking hammer, Brandon is fucked up. Brandon is doing a fuck up. So let's take a look. So a couple things happened. One, President Brandon banned all import of oil, gas, and energy. Let's take a look.
Is a ban on importing oil and natural gas from Russia. Members of Congress from both parties support the move, even though it will push up record high gas prices.
I've also heard that like 70% of Americans agree with higher gas prices if it means being able to punish Russia. I don't know if that is a correct poll or not, and I don't know how Americans' attitudes will shift once they truly see the devastating impact in their pocket, because Americans are very selfish. We're a selfish country. Let's be real. We're selfish. We don't want to ever sacrifice anything, so I'd be shocked if Americans start feeling the stress at the pump and then they fucking turn around and still maintain that same attitude. I'd be shocked, but maybe. But we're spiteful as fuck. Yeah, we do hate Russia a lot, so maybe. It might work.
Here in the U.S. This morning, the average price per gallon is $4.25, 59 cents higher than it was last week. As Weijia Jiang reports, the president says it was a necessary move.
Today, I'm announcing the United States is targeting the main artery of Russia's economy.
So the thing is, most Americans have like a completely broken understanding. Most people on the planet have a broken understanding of like why gas prices are the way they are. Now, the gas prices are the way they are, and they've been this way, and they've been rising for some time now. Part of it is because, obviously, OPEC Plus, i.e. Saudi Arabia, the Emirati leaders, Russia, decide what a price of a barrel is going to look like, and they limit supply. Okay? The other problem there is that the American purchasers that purchase crude oil barrels, okay? The other problem is that, we also on our own end are gas and oil producers. We do the exact same thing as well, and it's the exact same concept for our oil producers as well. It's just like, why the fuck would you supply more? Why would you drill more? Why would you supply more when you can make more money with less barrels? And when America has no influence over OPEC Plus and can't have influence over OPEC Plus, and America can't even have influence over its own oil producers, okay, because it's not nationalized, so you just have to ask them kindly, then you can't control the prices. Actually, asking them, or nay, demanding them to lower prices would be called price regulations, which is anti-capitalist, which is devastating. Oh my God. If we did that, then, this is the old man Brandon all of a sudden looking to the left of Lenin. Really, I mean, seriously. So we can't do that. So much so that even when people try to tell you like, oh, we aren't producing more oil, we need like a Keystone pipeline or whatever. It's like, motherfucker, we could produce more oil. It's just that our oil producers don't want to do that because they're already making a fuckload of money. It's just limited supply while prices go up is good for them. Demand is the same, if not increased gigantically. Okay? They do less work, and they have more valuable commodity in their hands. So, crybaby fucking Americans, maybe you should try fucking petrol prices around the world. Fucking ugly, smelly, dirty cunts. That's the other part of it, is what I was going to mention, is that like oil prices have been very, very high all around the world for a very long time. The price for petrol in the United States is incredibly fucking low in comparison to everywhere else. Why don't we ask the billionaire oil CEOs to take one for the team, not the working class? Yeah, good luck with that one. Now, of course, oil prices impact everything because the economy The global economy is run on oil, okay? I mean, I have an electric vehicle. It doesn't like directly impact me, but it still directly impacts me in other ways, right? It doesn't directly impact me when I go to the gas station, but it directly impacts me because I'm still, I'm charging my electric vehicle in my house, and now electricity is going to be more expensive. Everything's going to be more expensive because everything runs on oil. So, just the himbo asking, please don't roast, but wouldn't price regulating be a risky move towards economic collapse in this day and age? Dude, I want that. I not an economic collapse, but I want America to say, hey, we have been subsidizing energy production in this goddamn country since the beginning of time, okay? It's time for us to get something in return, and that is full-blown nationalization of our extraction industries and immediate jailing of all CEOs and executives at every single oil corporation, and immediately send them to re-education camps, okay? Scratch off all of their names from every fucking every private institution that they've funneled money into so they can traffic and influence and act like they were, incredible philanthropic people. Change all of those names. Change all of their fucking names. Like, no more Guggenheim, no more nothing, okay? It belongs to the people. And immediately moving towards renewable energy. Biden is in the same trap as Omicron. He's been defined by events instead of defining them. Get the MIG deal done. Get 1.5 trillion CR COVID Ukraine aid pass. Get UAE Iraq to ramp up supply. Release a huge part of the SPR. Suspend the Fed gas tax and work with the governments to do the same on the state gas excise taxes. Yeah, good luck to Brandon on all of that. Keystone Pipeline gas is Biden's fault from coworkers. How do I counter it? Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. I loved every bit of it. One thing you can always rely on is this. It's not even about cutting taxes. It's literally about, you can do that, okay? You can do that. You can actually demand states or at the federal level, lower the tax burden so you can drop the price. But why are you helping the oil companies? Why are you helping the oil and gas industry once again? Why are you defending the oil and gas industry once again? Force them to fucking take a haircut. What the fuck is this bullshit? Anyway,
5 months, baby.
Yeah, no more subsidies. We've been building pipelines in perpetuity. Shit's not normalized. The prices are still going up. It's crazy. I thought left of Lenin is only infantile disorder. What? Are there any life-altering imports Russia is missing out on? My dumbass friend is arguing that Russia will be fine because they aren't a country that lacks raw materials. And if you're not trading with outside nations, then the value of your currency compared to theirs doesn't matter. Well, part of that outside trade is going to be done through China. So there's that element there. And China and Russia partnered together will make sure that Russia is fine. But I think in this situation, Russia being an authoritarian country that is controlled almost single-handedly by Vladimir Putin and his oligarchs that work at his behest is an advantage. Because in a situation like that, during a war economy, you can very quickly fucking change the levers of power and make sure that your entire government is working or your entire economy is working towards the war effort. Whereas, like, if that were to happen in any other country, unless it was like a World War II type situation, if it happened, when shit like that happens in Venezuela, for example, or any other country, when that happens, foreign investment immediately panics. They dip out. They run away. And all of a sudden, there's these right-wing groups that are popping up and shit like that. Whereas Putin has way more control over his own economy and whichever way he wants to move it. AJ reported that Russian oil companies are seeing a net gain due to the market price increases. That too. Obviously, Russia still is a big
Steve Buscemi has been
big
suspiciously
exporter
quiet
of
about
oil
all
and
these
gas
events
and
lately.
commodities regardless. So like trying to sanction Russia off without finding another avenue to be able to like produce oil is going to be a gigantic problem. That's why we are now normalizing our relations with
I'm okay
Venezuela.
with high gas prices.
Because
I just
turns
want
out,
safe
look
pipelines
alive,
and
Jack.
public
It's the
transport.
Mac attack. We need Venezuelan oil. So, you know, we're coming back to Venezuela and we're saying, hey, listen, baby. Baby, let me tell you something. Listen. Dura, I want to talk to you real good. You understand? Now, I know I've said some things. Said some things that you might have misunderstood, misconstrued. You know, I've been shutting you out, but I should have been. I've been shutting my own heart out, Madura. Look alive, Jack. Baby, I need you. I need you so bad, baby. Madura, I need you so fucking bad. Oh, I love you, Madura. I love communism, Jack. I love it. That's right. Madura. I'm gonna lift some of these. How about I lift some of these sanctions that's been killing your economy, huh? Yeah, I'll take off some more clothes. That's fine, Madura. Take off some more clothes. Yeah.
Love ya.
Take those sanctions right off. Oh, you like that? Like that? Yeah, I'm a dirty boy. I'll dance for you, Madura. I'll dance for you so good. That's basically what's going on currently. Anyway, let's continue.
Biden ordered a U.S. ban on Russian coal, oil, and gas, which makes up over 40% of Russia's revenue.
That means Russian oil will no longer be acceptable.
Yeah, the funniest thing is like they're like, yeah, Venezuela's capitalist now. Yeah, and all the migrants are returning home. Hey, everything's good now. Venezuela's capitalist. Yay, we did it.
U.S. ports and the American people will deal another powerful blow to Putin's war machine.
But it also impacts gas prices here at home.
It's gonna go up.
At a time when drivers across the country are already...
Dude, those are my favorite Brandon moments. Look, where they were like, what's happening with gas prices, President Joe Brandon?
Time when drivers across the country are already paying record high prices at the pump. Well,
The main artery of Russia's
wait, where
economy.
did it go?
President Biden ordered a U.S. ban on Russian coal, oil, and gas, which makes up over 40% of Russia's revenue.
That means Russian oil will no longer be acceptable at U.S. ports, and the American people will deal another powerful blow to Putin's war machine.
But
it's one of my favorite Brandonisms when he goes, they're going to go up, or at least 3, or...
it also impacts gas prices here at home.
It's gonna go up.
That's just like straight to the point, baby. Straight to the fucking point. They're like, hey, President Brandon, what's going to happen to the gas prices? They're going to go up, Jack. Look alive. I'll fight you. Oh, I fucking love that, dude. Just straight to the point, dude. Listen, fat. Oh, no. Your whole personality is hating America and Biden while he's doing more than any other U.S. president to push us forward. Sort of like how the top of the hour, oh, fuck you. Break pushes us to sub for free Amazon Prime or $5 a month. Yeah, good one, dude. Good one. That's the first one of the day, too. Like, at least let me have one of the fucking ad breaks. You can't be breaking this shit.
And the brain rot has set in.
But he is right. It is top of the fucking hour, so we are going to do a 60-second ad break right now. So, if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do that for $5. You can do that for free. Here's the 1-minute ad break now. Right at 12.
1 year already? Gross.
I heard we get little oil from Russia. Why are prices going up so much? Yeah, I wonder why, man. It's crazy. Perhaps it has something to do with the fact that it's that our oil and gas industry has a mind of its own, and they don't actually care about what will happen to inflation or what will happen to prices of everything else and what will happen to the average American citizen. and they will continue doing what is to their benefit, which is not take a not take a shave, not take a haircut. There's no patriotism within a corporation, okay?
At HasanAbi as a royal living in CZ and seeing what is happening and knowing that UA will not win and the West will not help them, I have only sadness, disappointment left for both sides, West and East. None of the people are at fault but some megalomaniacs.
Oil is a global commodity. U.S. refiners need the kind of oil you get from Russia or Saudi. Shale isn't what they are set up to refine. They get crude oil from Russia, right? I thought. The percentage of oil that the United States gets from Russia is limited, but that limitation in and of itself, the way that prices are set up,
best 2 months.
Even a limitation of like even a limitation of 2% or 4%, depending on some reports that I've seen, is going to mean a way larger fucking price hike than just 2% or 8% of a price hike. It's going to be way higher than that. Because everything is built on futures. Everything is built on the profit margin of the oil and gas industry. The entire market is built around having no additional volatility or no additional shocks. All of the supply is built ahead of time. All of the supply is regulated by, obviously, like, they're pushed by governments to overproduce so they can normalize pricing a little bit. But they're not going to do that because they make more money this way.
Moderate pogo.
And this kind of disruption is not accounted for, and we have some reserves, which Brandon is using currently to normalize prices. But ultimately, it's still entirely up to American producers to take a haircut, which they will not. Is it far to say us Americans that are middle are feeling the sanctions already? I was looking at planes to fly for my grandma's funeral, and the price went up from $800 to $1,300 overnight for a 4-hour flight. Yeah. It's going to happen everywhere, to everything.
At a time when drivers across the country are already paying record high prices at the pump, well over $4 a gallon.
It's more expensive than I've ever paid, actually.
It blows my mind. It's a crazy number.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky tweeted that he was thankful for the U.S. and President Biden. Top American companies are...
The thing that I suspect is, one, people are going to start not giving a shit about Ukraine very aggressively when they start getting hurt in the wallet. And two, Ukrainians are going to start realizing, like, oh, fuck, Russia was able to take the sanctions on the chin, and the war efforts are still continuing, even though so many people said they were going to end this past weekend. Why the fuck haven't we been able to retake any of the fucking cities? What the fuck's going on? Oh, shit. Oh, my God. They're literally not doing a no-fly zone. Oh, my God. They think Poland and Lithuania and Estonia and the Baltic states are more important than Ukraine. World War III is already happening in Ukraine, but America and the rest of the world don't want to engage with Russia to do World War III. Oh, fuck. They're not going to help us any further than just giving us weapons, which is what I've been fucking saying from the jump. And that's going to probably build some resentment towards the Western world a little bit. But it's true. Those are some hard to swallow pills. And I wish that it wouldn't take like actual fucking lead and the destruction and evisceration of, you know, apartments, houses, hospitals, and schools to be able to swallow such pills that, like, the Western world does not care about Ukrainian safety to a degree where they will compromise their own security and go into a nuclear holocaust, potentially. This person is saying, yeah, you've been always right about the Ukraine situation. Your predictions are never off. Dude, if that makes you feel better, then go ahead.
Wiggly waggly.
You know, act like America does care about Ukraine. That's why they haven't done a fucking no-fly zone. And also, it's not even smart for America to do a no-fly zone. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not even saying that it's good. It's not. That would mean nuclear holocaust. Are you going to play Elden Ring later again? Yes, of course.
Are also hitting Russia's economy. Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, McDonald's, and Starbucks, and Yum, the parent company of KFC and Taco Bell, have all suspended operations.
I think Putin is determined to dominate and control Ukraine.
Still, the director of the CIA testified that Putin appears undeterred by the consequences and the military setbacks, warning the situation will only get worse.
Are you chatter here, to be honest? There's a limit on what we can take in regards to sanctions. It's getting kind of tough. A shit ton of people losing their jobs and prices doubling for a lot of shit. I mean, yeah, that is gonna happen. Obviously, there is a limit to how much Russia can withstand sanctions. I agree. I mean, dude, even something as simple as, like, we make fun of McDonald's, right? I saw something really funny. I saw Varg, famous Thulian Varg, the Nazi, tweet about how, like, oh, you are doing sanctions on Coca-Cola and McDonald's. That's right. What are you trying to sanction Russia to be more healthy? Why don't you take away sanctions like that in my country too? And it's like, people don't understand that, like, when McDonald's closes 385 locations, that's thousands of jobs that are now gone. Starbucks, thousands of jobs gone. Okay, based Nazi. Oh wait, no, but people don't understand that these are jobs. 850 locations. Not sorry. Yeah, 60,000 jobs. Holy fuck.
Let's go, Bezo money.
62,000 people no longer have a job.
And Hasan and Hasan.
Okay. Are you saying you don't care about Ukraine because you don't want a no-fly zone? I'm saying that I care about Ukraine, and my solutions for Ukraine are more utilitarian and would avoid more conflict. But a lot of people in the Western world don't care about Ukraine and only care about it aesthetically, and obviously don't understand the consequences when they say stuff like, yeah, we should do a no-fly zone. And if you're not going to do a no-fly zone and, risk World War III and go into World War III, then you should probably work towards de-escalation immediately. Technically, the violation of a no-fly zone wouldn't be Article 5. Turkey tried that multiple times for Syria and couldn't find consensus among NATO partners. Dog, do you think Turkey and Russia is the same as America and Russia? America is now officially involved in this conflict. Okay? I know. Turkey is the most unique NATO member given its proximity to Russia, but also, more importantly, its relationship with Russia. Turkey also has pipeline agreements with Russia. Turkey has also literally shot a fucking Russian plane. Turkey also has bought Russian missile defense systems while still simultaneously buying American fighter jets. Turkey is the most unique country in NATO, and I'm not saying that as a Turkish person, okay? Turkey is literally selling Bayraktars to fucking to Ukraine right now, but its defense systems feature Russian anti-air defense. So if Russia were to invade Turkey, Russia's very own defense systems would be fighting against Russia's very own fighter jets. Okay? You can never understand what Turkey is doing. So if you are to make a comparison between Turkey and Russia, and it's like proxy wars in fucking Syria, okay? You will never be able to understand it. It's way more direct when we talk about way more direct when we talk about, like, America's involvement in Ukraine and Western Europe's involvement in Ukraine. Okay? Don't bring Turkey into this and think that like Turkey is a good example of Article 5 not being Article 5 not being implemented. Trust me. Mad lads, dude. Anyway. You think they'll ship the MiGs through Turkey? No. You will never be Japanese. You will never find the love of your life in Japan. Okay, shut the fuck up. Amerikalılar bir gerizekalı. No fly zone olmasın. 3. Dünya Savaşı, nükleer savaş falan diyorsa bunlar Ukraynalılar sikinde değil mi diyorlar. McDonald's ülkesi amına koyayım. Aynen öyle. Bunlar hepsi McDonald's kafalı arkadaş. Bu kadar basit. Çok yediler McDonald's. Şimdi sadece öyle düşünebiliyorlar. Başka hiçbir şey anlamıyorlar. Bir de kendilerini zannediyorlar ki dünyanın en büyük, en iyi ülkesi. O yüzden zannediyorlar ki Libya'ya yaptıklarını mesela burada yapabilirler. Mesela zannediyorlar ki Rusya'ya yapacaklar aynı boku. Ah yaparsın. Ah bunu alırsın işte öyle yapmaya çalışırsan. Götüne girer. Neyse giren yarak sadece Ukraynalıların götüne giriyor ama maalesef. Alright, let's continue. McDonald's is still paying Russian workers? Nice. Okay, so no, I'm making fun of Americans in the chat in Turkish. Sorry. Who are like, what the fuck is wrong with Americans? Like they think a no-fly zone is acceptable, and if you say no to that, then you don't care about Ukrainians.
Dominate and control Ukraine.
Still, the director of the CIA testified that Putin appears undeterred by the consequences and the military setbacks, warning the situation will only get worse.
Where that leads, I think, is for an ugly next few weeks in which he doubles down, as I said before, with scant regard for civilian casualties, in which urban fighting can get even uglier.
Bro, I saw Newland said there are biolabs. I know, dude. Yes. COVID wasn't a fucking bioweapon in China, but actually the very same people who fucking claimed that COVID wasn't a bioweapon in China, understandably, because they're correct, will now turn around and say it actually was a fucking bioweapon in Ukraine. Yes, dude. There are laboratories everywhere where there are massive population centers. Ukraine is a 44 million population country. What did I say? At first I said, this sounds like fucking fake news to me, okay? When people were like, oh, bioweapons. Okay. Biolabs being in a fucking country does not mean that they're like literally fucking building weapons, dude. Stop. You sound like fucking QAnon weirdos, man. Holy shit.
Love you, Hasan Bestie.
There's also growing concern over the Americans who are still being held in Russia. The whereabouts of WNBA star Brittany Griner are still unknown after she was arrested on drug charges. You can see here, State TV just released her booking photo. And
that's so fucked up.
Yesterday, President Biden called the family of Marine veteran Trevor Reed to reaffirm the U.S.'s commitment to bring him home. Reed was detained back in 2019 after a night out. Dana?
It's going to be obvious on the structure of a disease if it was man-made. Yes, but good luck explaining that to any fucking dummy, okay? Anyway, speaking of dummies, dude. Hey, look at that. Speaking of fucking